Hi, everybody. Welcome to season 2, episode 5.
Welcome to the Château.
Yep, our Château, the Château de la Grifferaie. Now, if you watch our last episode, episode 4, and it was called A Day in the Life, it could have very easily been called 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Definitely.
I thought it was fascinating. We kind of shot it just throughout the day. It was mostly me. And it was you got to kind of watch the day progress. We did a bunch of little jobs at the start, and things were going pretty good. We start off energetic, and then if you watch, as the day went on, we started taking L's. A bunch of things happened. The IKEA cabinets weren't, or the countertop wasn't being delivered.
No.
The chairs from Maison du Monde weren't being delivered.
No.
And then we had our car breakdown. We got stuck. We had to walk in Beaugé. And the biggest one was the hardest one. On the end of the day, the ovens, the cookers, stopped working, and they blew the circuit. And so that was.
It makes you grateful when something works, because inevitably, I would say at least 50% of the time, something does or doesn't work. And you kind of just have to never expect something's going to happen, so that then when it does, you just are overjoyed and excited about it.
What was remarkable was the next day, we came back and everything started turning around. Like, that oven was just a dog. Like, we flipped it on and everything's right, and all of a sudden it breaks the circuit and it keeps doing it. And we have Jeremy come back and it's doing it that evening. And so, anyways, after Jeremy finished, Yeah,
and he says, basically, he was convinced, you know what, I think you're going to only have one oven, of which I'm having all these horrific thoughts of how in the world, how am I going to cook everything?
For 20 people with one oven.
With one oven?
And he had good reason to think that. I thought that too, because we switched the ovens and the one oven kept shorting out both of them. So we're like, oh, and how are you going to get that fixed? That's going to take forever. Everything's slow when you try to get people here, and then our cell phones don't always work. And anyways, we're whining. But so things were looking a little grim. Well, anyways, after I shot that video, I thought, let's go down. Let's just try to turn the oven on a little bit and see if we can warm it up gradually without blowing the circuit. Mm-hmm. And so sure enough, it stayed on for 45 minutes. And it started.
One? He's a smart one.
Oh, this is nice of you to say. And so I thought, we went to bed and we thought, okay, maybe it was something weird. I don't know. I don't understand ovens. I don't know why they.
I don't know.
So the next day we thought, let's gradually, again, we'll bring them up. And we brought them up and we left it on for an hour and it kept working. And so we were like, this is fantastic. Thank you, Lord. Mm-hmm. And then I turned the other one up, and then we turned on, there's something like 6 elements per burner. So it's really, really quite
intricate.
Yeah, it's fancy. And sure enough, we ran them for 90 minutes and the problem seemed to be gone. Well, anyways, Jeremy called the company, and they said sometimes if a stove has been sitting there, moisture gets in the element, and then it trips out when it turns on. So apparently. And
so it did.
So the next day, things started coming together. The oven started working, all of them working. The burners, I couldn't figure out the injectors because we were switching from natural gas to butane, and you have to switch out those little things. As North Americans, we've never done that before. But we were able to dig through, and even though we were missing half of them, we got enough that we were able to make that work. So that was exciting. Then our delivery started calling us. IKEA called, and they're going to come next Friday.
So,
I mean, fingers crossed. We've heard that before, but
we can hope.
So in the meantime, we just took a piece of plywood and put it across. And so for the first week, the students are going to be here. We'll just have plywood on the island.
Yeah, and I covered it with a clearance vinyl-backed vinyl tablecloth. Yeah, très chic.
I'd love to show you guys some of the kitchen, but I think Leslie's probably too much of a perfectionist to let me do that. She has started doing some cute little touches, though, even though it's not finished, obviously.
Guys, it is just so hard when nothing's open. Like, even the stores that are open, they have everything cordoned off with, big tape and drop cloths, and, there's chunks of every store that you're not allowed to buy certain things in. And
it's been challenging.
It does not make for very fun shopping.
But we did find a Brocante that allowed us to make an appointment and come in and take a look. Mm-hmm. So we'll show you some shots of that. We found some really cool things. Yep. Here we go.
Morning, everybody. Want to come on a little trip with us? We are on our way to a little town really close by to check out a Brocante because we need a boatload of things. We need beds, we need some lamps, we need some stuff for the kitchen, you name it, we need some stuff. So thankfully they are open for appointments, and we've got one, so we're pretty excited. You want to see our little drive here? So we're taking the little back roads which I always enjoy. And you can see a little village with a cute little church and a steeple, because every village has a church with a steeple or something like that. Is this the twisty one? No. Lots of fun, you guys.
So there's all kinds of stuff at these Brocantes. Like I just like even the outdoor, the old tools and stuff, and just a wide variety of things.
There's outdoor stuff, and there's old bikes, and there's old urns, and there's...
This would have been great for the study abroad, but it was $200 and it didn't look like it was working. You didn't have time to fix it.
I know, it's adorable though. Oh my goodness. And then of course I love copper, and they have tons of that kind of stuff. That's where we found some copper pots one other day. And all these containers hold china, sets of china and dishes, and oh my goodness, I love them so much. Right now, I don't need them, but they all are beautiful. Yeah. And of course,
There's so many armoires.
It's like our own Narnia.
Yeah, I love this little base of a table too.
I know.
Just really interesting stuff and ornate.
And that's what makes it an interesting shop too, right? Because you get to choose from stuff that is one of a kind, and you can't always find that kind of thing.
Relatively cost effective. This is where we found both of our day beds. Yeah. Now these, you wanted these.
I did. I just think they're really small and narrow. It's very hard to find narrow tables, and we have a couple of locations where it would be really helpful to have sort of like a little drop zone for dishes when we're going up and down, up and down.
Yeah, because you'll remember we have our kitchen downstairs, and so they have to go upstairs.
They do.
And so we really need some places to put things. Unfortunately, it was €230, and we said if it was for both of them, we'd buy it, but it was each.
Yeah.
Well, you also like this.
Makes sense. Oh my goodness, look at these. Aren't these adorable? Yeah. Now that's like our symbol for LVSA. The lions, and I thought they'd be perfect. We haven't bought them yet, but
I'm always a sucker for candelabra.
I know.
Can never have too many of those.
They're great, and one of these days, one of these puppies are coming home with me.
Yeah, look at this guy.
One of these clocks.
€210 for that.
They're so
It just
pretty.
feels like it'd be $1,000 in the States. I don't know. Maybe not.
They're really cute. Back to the great dishes.
More
lots
dishes.
and lots of great dishes. Love that so much.
We're coming up to a chess set too someday.
Oh,
I will buy a cool chess set.
I don't remember seeing this.
Oh, it's coming. Yeah, it's interesting pieces of furniture, lots of... You know, I'm actually not into this kind of thing, but I get that people are.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, that is... I thought it was cool.
Oh, yeah. That is fun.
Would have been fun. Another time.
The nice thing is when you go with different people see different things than I see, and I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Old benches, lots of old furniture. I'm always looking for, like, sideboards or chests.
And there's one you love, but it's huge.
It is. I don't think you and I could carry it up the stairs.
We'd have to think long and hard about how to get that up the many stairs that they would need to get up.
Yeah, it would be tricky, I think.
Even watching these guys navigate pulling stuff out is impressive.
Oh my goodness. And chairs.
And then flowers. The price of flowers. Look at this. $1.99. Bouquet of roses.
Oh my goodness. So we found a few things.
Yeah. And I got my sword.
And I'm always
This was a while back. I like the sword. Yeah.
There's the sword.
So yeah, we found some stuff at the Brocante.
We did. Lovely, lovely place. And you know, those are the kind of places that I've sometimes have people say, so do you have plans of exactly what you're looking for? And yeah, I have ideas of what I'm exactly looking for, but the joy of some of these places is that you don't always know what you're going to find. It's like a big treasure hunt. So sometimes it changes your whole everything as soon as you find something that's amazing. So you kind of have to hold things fairly loosely, which we've already learned to do in 2020.
Yeah. So, man, everything started turning around. In fact, I was thinking about calling this episode, sometimes it's just 2 steps forward. Because we had no problems that second day. So the IKEA cabinet was coming. Maison du Monde called again, and they said, hey, we're going to do your delivery next Thursday. The freezer's coming, the chairs. So all of that's exciting. The ovens were working. And then our car stopped working. And so, sure enough, went to the Renault dealer. And they were so nice. They are very nice. Really good to us. They actually towed it for free. And then when we got it back, I think they washed it too. Car's just looking really great, and it's working good. So
fantastic.
We got working cars, we got working phones, and our kitchen is pretty much fully functional.
Almost. I haven't quite all moved in.
We haven't quite figured out the microwave, but it's IKEA microwave. It's a little complicated. You know, for as much as we buy at IKEA, we're giving them some shade.
Oh my goodness. Anyways. Well, you know what? Like again, it's always when you move somewhere new with different ways of doing things. things aren't always intuitive to us because we didn't grow up with machines that have the same symbols or with, I don't know. It's different. You look at stuff and go, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So we'll have to read the manual.
So we did some other projects too. We've been busy. We started putting up roses, and the roses again. Several had fallen over. They have the ropes just wear out and then they fall. We need to build some trellises or something long term. But for now, we put some ropes, and the roses are just looking incredible.
They are. They're fantastic. They're just bountiful. So we're definitely going to be cutting a bunch tomorrow, and then maybe we'll be able to lessen the load on some of these long canes that the roses are growing on.
Shorten them up.
So, yeah.
I was thinking that we should have a standing policy since again, the Château Grifferaie has a rose. I was thinking that anytime a lady comes on the property, she is entitled to take a rose.
If it's there.
I think it'd be nice. You could always, you know, and I guess maybe you should say that for men too. I don't know if they like roses, but
well, sometimes they do.
The guests should be able to have roses. So we'll do that for our students. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Our first, by the way, our students are starting to come. Our staff members, Jason Danica, are getting on a plane right now. So we're super excited. We're almost clean. We're running around silly cleaning. I was cleaning a toilet so hard that I broke the cleaner. What is that thing called?
Toilet brush.
The toilet brush.
The only toilet that we've cleaned.
Yeah. Hey now. That's the only toilet I've cleaned. Okay, Leslie's done a lot of the cleaning. Hey, I've done some mopping.
Now, yesterday you did do some mopping.
I haven't done a ton of cleaning. She's done most of the cleaning, but
when it comes down to the last hour, it's all
hands on deck.
It's everybody, and we definitely have some things left. You know, you can clean as much as you want here, but inevitably things come back.
Yeah,
those little spider webs, they're industrious little suckers. They just keep building. So they just keep coming back. So, you know, there'll be some vacuuming Sunday yet.
And you think that you've got it all, and then you go and open a window that hasn't been opened, and whoa, there's another 100 flies, you know, dead flies that fell. So insane. Hopefully our students will not be grossed out when they get here.
Well, they may, but they'll be stronger for it at the end.
They'll figure it out. So all in all, things come together. The mower's working, got a lot of lawns mowed. Man, oh man. So that's been exciting. I think
it has been exciting. All the little things, you know, like for me, you know, cleaning's cleaning. I don't know. I'm definitely sick of it. I'm not going to lie. There's been so many things to clean that I am going to be happy not to do that anymore. However, at the very end, whenever you have guests coming, those are all the fun times for me that have to get crammed really fast here. But that I'm looking forward to. I love putting flowers in rooms, and I found some frames at the Brocante to have a little welcome here sign, and you know, all the cute little things to help the kids know what the doors are in the basement, because we have a bunch of doors in a row that are kind of weird. And
yeah, you've been stenciling. You've done some really cute things.
I've done some little painting here and there, and you know what? For me, mentally, it's a little bit of a reprieve when I get to have a minute and go do something else. I'm setting up the breakfast room and the breakfast kitchen. That's tonight's job. And do all that cleaning. You can help clean in there.
Yeah, no, I got lots. I got lots to do. And then our best surprise yet. I could not believe this. So we hauled the old dishwasher over from the restaurant, and we brought her over. We set her all up, and I was looking at it. I couldn't for the life of me figure out how. I mean, you know, I could figure out how to turn on the hot water, but how? You know, I was working on this maze of pipes trying to get it all figured out. And then I'm thinking, we're going to plug this in. Is it even going to work? I mean, it hasn't been used for maybe, I don't know, 5, 10 years.
And I was thinking,
it's old.
It has to work, period. I don't have time to think of any other
option.
option.
Otherwise, we're going to be washing by hand dishes.
It's got to work. It's got to work.
A lot of dishes.
Or we're going finding a dishwasher.
A couple
dishwashers. That's what we've been doing.
So sure enough, Jeremy hooks up the electrical. And we both walk in there in the moment of truth. And I'm like, how's this thing going to fill up with water? It just starts magically filling up. No idea how the water turned on, but it starts filling up. I mean, obviously it's connected to the water mains. And then I lift up, I put down the thing, and sure enough, the jets start spinning. It was a magical moment. I should have videoed it, but I was a pretty happy camper.
So you should be.
Yeah. So we have a working dishwasher, we have a working microwave, 2 stoves, the fridges work.
They're fantastic.
We have electrical outlets all over. Now this is also great. Leslie found a little French lantern. So we got temporary lights in the kitchen. If you look at them, they're not going to look good for a bunch of reasons. Number one, we haven't done the ceiling yet, so there's just wires strung across.
It's a mess.
So,
the whole ceiling's a mess.
Yeah, so the ceiling is a whole other thing. Maybe we get to it this year. Hopefully we do.
Yeah.
Also, again, it was super helpful. Our friend Jeremy was helping us. He put those things up for us, much appreciated. But of course, we just recycled them from other parts of the building, and so we didn't have a lot of chain. So they're, how are they looking?
They're a little high.
They're ridiculously high.
Considering I kind of have opinions about heights.
Yeah,
of
like
lights,
this chandelier is a good height. You know, it's a good height.
great.
The one we have in the kitchen are like, 6 inches from the ceiling, and Leslie says they need to come down like 3 feet. So,
They're really big ceilings.
it's a big ceiling. So anyways, we'll show some video,
Anyways,
but
you know
don't
what?
judge us. It's still a work in process.
We have light,
Yeah.
which is a step forward.
We have light.
Because I had to actually be able to see to cook. We have the basics.
Yeah.
We have appliances.
Yeah.
Lord willing, we'll have countertops.
Yeah.
And we have sort of a countertop.
Yeah.
And we have cupboards to stick stuff in.
Yeah.
And I have pots and pans, and we have dishes, and we have people to eat.
And now, after 2 years of working on this thing, we finally have students coming.
Oh my goodness.
Guys, I can't tell you how happy we're going to be to have some students here, because, you have this idea and you work so hard on it, and you're just hoping that it's going to work. And they're not here yet, still praying that they'll be able to get through the airports and the security and passports, but it looks very much like we're going to have a group. And it's going to be wonderful to see this place filled with the laughter of young people. If you've never worked with young people, being around them is so invigorating. They just have a vivaciousness, like a joy of living, the joie de vivre, and it's fun to be around them, and they want to learn and they want to grow, and they're going to laugh and they're going to break things and they're going to run around, and it's going to be awesome.
And you know what? I was thinking, this little house has not had a family,
like a big,
like the whole house full
Yeah.
of what I would call family. Because when our students come, they feel like our kids.
Like 20 of us, big
And
family.
this house hasn't been all full like that in. Who knows? Like, I don't even know. Like, if even in the 80s when they had it as a B&B, if it ever was full.
Yeah.
And it's full, and I'm kind of pleased for the house.
Yeah. I'm going to take the mic away from the dog. You guys are probably just hearing the dog licking. Hopefully
Sorry.
the audio. Mr. Bingley's like, what? So we're super excited about that. And we're going to, people have been asking if we're going to do clips. We'll definitely do some clips. We'll let you get to meet some of our students who are super funny, and they're super.
If they're interested.
Yeah, if they want to.
Yeah.
We'll get them on there. And we're already, like, our first out trip after we finish quarantine with these guys is we're going to go to Mont Saint Michel, and then the D-Day beaches, and then Paris for 4 days.
Bingley goes to Paris.
Fantastic. Mr. Bingley goes to Paris. We talked to Versailles today. We booked tickets with the Louvre yesterday.
Yay!
It's going to be super exciting for them. I can't wait.
These are some of these students coming. Were wanting to go on our 2020 trip and got canceled, of course. And so some of them have still been waiting, and then some of them are new. So you know what? It's pretty special that they're going to get here finally, and we're excited to have them.
All that to say, we're on the final home run. We got like maybe 24, 36 hours left to keep working.
And we will be.
I think, at least on my list,
I
think we're on track to make it. And Leslie's a little bit more ambitious than me. She will continue adding projects until the 11th hour here, But we're gonna make it, and appreciate your prayers. Appreciate your watching the videos.
Praying for the kids.
Sitting with us.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming along. Things going well. So normally we have pretty big and well-rounded meals. Today we were out shopping and beefing up the pantry, and so we decided just to have a little fondue. A couple of dollars here in France, pick up a little dessert, flowers from the garden, and some French sausages, which is what they do for the barbecues. Should be nice.